Hello and welcome to the Elevenses Business Show, where we take time out to reflect on our businesses, the business world, technology, finance, and all things for business success. We are your hosts, and my name is Yejide Adiri of Logic to Create, where we provide specialist WordPress security services and tools. Ladies, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Shall I go first? Thank you. I'm Morva from Malion Accountancy Services. It says it in the title, Accountancy Services. Thank you.
Okay. Well, my name is Maureen Egbe. I am the digital confidence coach, helping you with your digital challenges so you are more effective, have more time to do what you love and enjoy to make money in your business.
Thank you, ladies. So let's get started. Today's topic is all about work-life balance and how to manage mental well-being in your business.
Okay.
So ladies, let's open up the discussion. So what is mental health and well-being to you?
Ooh. It's funny because I had something in my mind and it's just all gone. I know it's weird, isn't it?
That says it all.
Yeah,
exactly. I think it's like, I mean, a lot of people will say like healthy mind and things, you know, healthy diet will help you with a healthy mind, which is true, but it's also part of, you know, of your emotional well-being as well, like how you think about things, and you know, your social well-being. Are you with me?
Yeah.
It's quite deep, to be quite honest. Because even the strongest person could have, you know, mental health issues without knowing, because you feel that you're a strong person. However, like, because people come to you all the time, if you have to be strong for them, and you can't go to them if you need advice yourself, you know, or someone to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I think that everybody has mental health issues, you know, because everybody has highs and lows in their lives. And you are, one time in your life, you're going to deal with a serious challenge. And for me, it's about how you manage those challenges, which dictates your mental health at the time.
Yeah.
You know, simple low is a sign of depression, but it doesn't mean that you're a manic depression or depressive or so. It's about how you deal with those times when you're low. And I think, as you said, Morva, it's a lots of all different facets, mental health, and it depends on your well-being to manage your mental health.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I think from my perspective, mental health has been something that I've had to kind of address in order to make sure that I'm moving forward with my business, because I think there's certain things that, like I've mentioned about confidence previously, in yourself, Maureen and Morva, in that relates to your mental health. And if you're not confident in yourself and you know, have self-love and value and stuff like that, then it's not really going to translate into your business. So there's certain things that you'll always be limited by until you're able to address this. And I think this came up more this week for me, when I was like, you know, talking about rejection and the fear of rejection and those things, issues that I've had from childhood, and it basically relates to me not wanting to make sales calls in my business. And I'm like, because I don't want to hear no, do you see what I mean? Wow. But then in order not to hear no, I'm avoiding the whole process totally. And I was just like, wait, I've had 3 mentors that have told me I need to make the basic sales call, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. So I guess that's how I kind of really relate that now, and why I need to deal with it a lot more. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, thank you for your honesty, because I think the other side of mental health as well is the ability to be able to look at yourself and understand how you work.
Yeah.
You know, so when we start figuring out our triggers, then we can start to better manage ourselves and, you know, have a better well-being. You know, it's interesting because this whole question made me think back, because I used to suffer with panic attacks and anxiety, and it's always going to be with me. But it also triggers certain behaviors. So it's just understanding, basically when I'm feeling anxious, how do I respond? You know,
I was going to ask you, Maureen, how do you manage that then, like on panic attacks? I mean, what does it feel like if one's coming on? Are you with me?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm very lucky that I've got through the worst of it, because before, panic attacks used to disable me. Basically, I couldn't move. It would feel like I'm having a heart attack, that I'm dying. You know, can't breathe. I need to be still. I'm losing my mind. It's the most scariest thing ever. You know, it's like you can feel your heartbeat in your head, and you just can't control anything. So I had to learn different strategies, you know, to deal with it, you know, distract the mind, think of good things, drink water to slow my breathing down, meditate. I think meditation was one of the best things that I had to really tap into to help me really understand how to manage my anxiety. But it's still there, you know, when it comes up. The one thing I celebrate, that it reminds me that I'm still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, when I feel that heart beating, it's like, oh, my heart's beating, I'm alive. You know, and that it's that I must obviously care about whatever the situation is as well. So it's about strategies, finding what strategies work for you. So I don't know whether you guys have got any strategies that you've had to use to deal with any issues or challenges.
I think with me, I just pick up the phone to someone, especially if it's around work and I'm trying to figure something out, and I just can't find the answer. I mean, I start to like stress myself out basically. So I've got a couple of, you know, close colleagues that I work with as well. So I just pick up the phone to them and they just make it all clear. I mean, it's like I'll talk to them and then answer my own question. It's as simple as that. It's like it's not even long.
Yeah.
You know, I've just made it into a big situation than it is basically.
Well, I guess, Maureen, you know, that I call you a lot, especially. And you know, I'm grateful to have you as my confidence coach, because I think there is that anxiety thing, and when, you know, for example, the times that you've turned up to presentations that I've done externally or workshops, and I can just see you in the background, and I was just like, oh, one face that I'm familiar with who just makes me feel calm, and you know, all that kind of thing. So yeah, having a confidence coach really works. Meditation as well, and I do a lot of stretching as well. So, and I think there was a mental health webinar that I was on the week before last, and you know, someone was mentioning about what do you do when people always come to you and stay strong. Like Morgan was saying that you have to be strong for other people, and they were saying that you just need to have a routine. So, you know, you have a routine for your physical health, you have a routine to do work and go to work and so on and so forth. So having a routine for mental health well-being, I think is really important. So in the mornings, I get up, do my meditation, do my stretching, and just give myself that time before I start plugging into technology or, you know, responding to anything. And also try to have, like, you know, fruit or something, just cleanse the body of water or whatever. But yeah, and exercise as well. So try to do that as much as possible in the morning before anything else. Because I guess in life, you can't control. You don't know what's going to happen in the day, but if you have that time that you make sacred for yourself, whether it's an hour or half an hour before you open up the doors to the world, then I think that kind of helps you a lot. And deep breathing as well, because my heart is always calm down.
I think I'm a bit of the opposite with regards to the exercise. I kind of get up in the mornings, do what I need to do, and then straight into work, bam. And then at a certain point at the end of the day, like it's like 4 or 5 o'clock, I start to wind down from work. Well, I try to, and then I do my exercise. Come on, like a break to say that yes, this is done now. Do something for myself, and then later on in the evening, just do whatever.
Okay, so this is where I'm envious of the both of you, because I have no routine. I have no routine.
I do try, you know, sometimes it doesn't
No.
work, but you know.
No, guys, seriously, I get texts and WhatsApps about, I've done this exercise. I've done this workout. You know,
I know. And 3 days later, you respond, and we're like, "Hello, catch up."
You know, because one of the things I do realize, and it's something that I'm really trying to work on, is that when I start something, I just go into it and I just can't stop. And that just, I won't eat. You know, it will be hours. Like, you guys have a go at me because I will have my dinner at 9-10 o'clock at night.
Yes, that's too late.
I know.
Not good.
So my mental health, but yeah, I know.
And your physical health,
My physical health,
your holistic health. We need a plan.
No, I feel like but this is, without it turning into a love fest, this is why I love you guys. Because at the end of the day, you call me to account. Okay, and you guys do check in on me. It goes back to the whole thing of like what you were saying, Mauve, and what you brought up, Edge, in the sense of that being strong for everybody else. Because I was brought up to learn, I was brought up that you're not supposed to let people know what you're going through. You know, it's almost like you're not supposed to discuss what's going on behind your door. So you're supposed to keep it all together, but be there for everybody else and be, you know, show people this face that you're strong, you're dealing with it. And like, yes, you reminded me this week, because I was having a rough time this week, that at the end of the day, I have to reach out. You know, so it is that encouraging thing of being able to reach out, have that conversation, like you said, Morv, you know, reaching out to people and having that conversation and just getting things clear in your head.
Yeah. And I guess that's one of the coping mechanisms, is that, and you know, they say have like-minded people around you and stuff like that. So it is, you know, you can't talk to somebody who works or is employed, do you see what I mean, on certain things, like they're not gonna really understand. I mean, you know, you can have fun and you can talk about things outside of that, but when it really comes down to being a self-employed business owner, entrepreneur, whatever, there's really the people within your circle that really understand that, or who are on the same journey as you. Like the hours and the sleepless nights and the, you know, even anxiety of getting paid. Do you see what I mean? There's a big problem of just getting paid. and I feel like SME to SME, we pay each other real quick because we understand the pain. But when you like have a contract with a bigger organization, it's like the terms of this and that and the other. It's a bit, it's very stressful. And, you know, those are the kind of things you cannot manage. But when you start understanding how those things work, you kind of then preempt it by maybe putting certain monies aside, or do you see what I mean? That's how your planning then starts working, because the anxiety of knowing that you've got to pay bills by this date and money's not coming in, and you're trying to chase people, they're not the right people, and they put you to somebody else, and you're going around their houses. That's not cool. And you know you've delivered your work. So those kind of things, that's when the deep meditation and the exercises are required. Like, it's a bit of box.
I just jump into bed.
Yeah. Nah, you can't have duvet days. I've had those. Those days are the worst. Duvet days are the worst.
Oh, I love them. No, I love them.
No, duvet days suck you in, and it becomes just 1 day, then it's 2 days, then 3 days, then it's a week. That's a whole week.
No,
I get it.
No, do you know that that's what I call a holiday.
Yeah.
A staycation. Especially when you know you ain't making the money, like 5 days not making money. That's anxiety.
Yeah. Well, that's a trigger. You need to watch that, because then that's avoidance.
Oh dear. Yeah, I was planning a duvet day tomorrow as well.
Yeah, tomorrow you're allowed. It's bank holiday, and this is again part of the work-life balance. Like, holidays and weekends, take them as you deserve, like everybody else does. Like, that's where you start the cut-off, isn't it? After your 5 o'clock on Friday for bank holiday weekend, do your exercise, plan what you're gonna do, and then Tuesday you're back on it. Do you see what I mean? Like, that's another thing that we need to, and I've started to do a bit more in terms of I've got to have that time, the separation, and it is that thing, you know, going on a road trip today or whatever, or, you know, and then tomorrow I might go for a walk, or, you know, let's do a movie day or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But don't you find it hard sometimes though, to cut off? And like as Maureen was saying, like she just gets into things and she's immersed into her work, which I am sometimes as well, well, more time as well. But I get to a stage where there's something I want to do or I need to do because I put it on my to-do list. I need to take it off and to do it today. So I continue to work a couple of hours in the evening sometimes just to take that off, just for me and my mental health to say that, yeah, I've done that, it's done, it's over.
Okay.
But what I would ask is that, do you actually fully maximize the 9 to 5? Do you put your work in a 9 to 5 slot, or an 8 to 4:30, or a 8 to 6 kind of thing? Do you actually use those full 8 hours of a working day to work? Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I don't even move. My legs are just dead.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
It's all that number crunching.
You know, seriously.
I love it.
Okay. So my challenge to you would be on your to-do list.
Yes.
Because I think this is I know this is one of my.
Getting a pen and paper.
Yes.
This is what, get a pen and paper. You know, your to-do, is it surmountable? Just using big words. Is it surmountable? You know.
So in English, you're talking about, is it achievable?
I know that it's achievable because you won't stop until you achieve it. Okay. But the challenge is, can you chunk it down? Can you break it down into smaller pieces? So it's not that you will feel that you have to do the whole, as they will say, eat the whole elephant. You know, break it down. So it's achieve this part, you know. So it's easier, and then you're still looking after yourself and taking care.
Okay.
I think like in Morva's world, and I guess other professions, I guess Morva's profession mainly, there's really strict deadlines, isn't it? And then you have your clients as well, who may not understand those deadlines. I mean, I'm not very great with taxes, but you know, I do push it to the limit. So I guess that pushes my accountant, if that makes sense. So they have to get certain things done. But yeah, no, definitely, whatever you could do piece by piece is better than just trying to get the whole thing done. Because again, stress, anxiety, you're looking at something that's just overwhelming. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, and also getting help, like within your profession, whether it's internship. And again, this is where it comes down to planning, looking at what resources are available to you, and making contact with the right organizations. So, you know, myself and Maureen have there's an international, was it American internship program or whatever that comes about every so often.
Something like that.
Yeah, Kappa. So they email us, we reply, blah blah blah. We see if we can get an intern over July and August. So again, you know that you're going to get somebody in around July and August. What can you plan for them to do that will really help you then, you know, move on for the rest of the year, and so on. So
totally.
Okay, thanks guys.
Yeah. No, and it's actually really interesting because when we looked at this topic, one of the things that came up was that work-life balance. And I don't know whether you've heard that whole discussion around work-life balance, in the sense of that it's a myth.
Yeah.
It's a myth. You know, actually, it's more stressful trying to get that work-life balance, but understanding about being realistic about your work and about your life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when I think about, in your case, Morv, for most of us in businesses, we've got certain peak periods. So you've got your accountancy period where you are going to be massively busy. But then it's about setting that time afterwards to make sure that you recover and you can reset.
I think Mom was quite good at that. She does that last time, didn't you?
She's always at.
She disappeared. We were like, where'd she go? Not around.
Listen, I always say that most accountants, New Year is the 1st of February. That's when we take our time out, because obviously January 31st is tax return deadlines. You with me?
Yeah.
So our new year is 1st of Feb, not 1st of Jan.
Okay, I'll remember that. So
So
that means that
we won't talk to you for whole of January. They were like, Happy New Year!
exactly.
More excuses to party.
But do you remember though? Yeah, remember you invited me to some certain like networking things, weren't you? During
Yeah. You're like, oh, don't talk to me
no,
until
do you know what? Not this time. No.
Every event,
anyway.
don't talk to me. Well, all right, get the message.
But that's the whole point, isn't it? Just understanding when those PC periods are going to come around, and just managing it, and just like you do, enjoy the period afterwards and celebrate, coming through it.
Yeah,
but also as well reflect on how we can do things better as well. So obviously, well, we always try and do things better, but sometimes it doesn't work. But now I've got new staff, so I'm working towards that now. So basically, hopefully, January I'll put my feet up. Well, not literally, but it won't be as busy as before.
1 foot up.
1 foot up.
Until the end of January, then February both up. But I think working better again, I guess that leads to what the kind of services that Maureen provides in terms of looking at what systems you can integrate and automate, so you don't have to be worrying about certain things happening, and making sure that they are happening in the background. Obviously you need to check in with them, but there is that thing of automation, and sometimes the learning curve is slightly steep, and you need to take time out to make it happen, but then again it goes back to your processes, doesn't it, Maureen, and your workflows and all of that. Once you understand those, you plug it all in to the systems, and then
that's it. But that's one of the things that I learned from you. Actually, because I have to say, what I do admire about you is your strategic thinking, because you're a process, pam, analytical. That's what it is. Yeah. It's the same with you, more with an accountancy mind, whereas I'm more all over. But it is, and I think what I've learned from you, it is about understanding your processes and noting it down, so it's clear. So you're not always actually trying to recreate something that you've done before, try to remember how to do it. And tapping into different experts if you can't do it all yourselves. So, and again guys, I would encourage you, come and check us out to see how we can support you as well. Definitely. Shameless plug, but hey ho, this is how we work together.
And do you know what I was thinking again, because quite a few people say this to me, that because obviously I run into businesses, and one of them is quite creative, very creative. So I think in that world, I kind of moved from shameless plug number 2. I kind of am able to move from the techie world into another techie world, but it's more creative, where creating with a laser machine and computer, and also my hands. So again, like when I step into my studio, it's just like my own haven. It's just everything that is stressing me or whatever, it's just left at the door, and as soon as I walk into there, it's just gone. I don't remember anything apart from what I'm doing in there. So even sometimes before I used to put on music and be dancing around, but sometimes I just go in there and it's very quiet but very peaceful. So I guess in terms of that, if it is that you have a hobby or an activity that you can do regularly, or you've got a side hustle that just takes you away from the main one that may cause you stress and anxiety, and then this one gives you more peace and calmness. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, it's my athletics.
Yeah, definitely.
One place. Yeah, not me running around. Let's just get this right.
She just bosses all the kids around.
That's right. Yeah. My exercise is blowing the whistle, but it's just being in that space where just watching and helping other people develop in athletics. Athletics is where I got my coaching background from. So, but so it's lovely to go back to that grassroots, you know, and help bring others and bring youngsters up as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think with me, obviously, Maureen said the other day, is to do with cakes. I haven't made cakes for ages, actually, since lockdown. But, but yeah, I like.
Isn't it? Sorry, I just went into that cake world.
I'm still expecting a delivery. Come on. If Amazon could do it, so can you. Get it there.
It's like I like to do different designs as well, like just challenge myself and just as you said, yeah, it's like going into the kitchen and everything's left at the door.
Yeah.
I put the radio on.
Nice.
And then I just get into it, basically.
Nice.
Just love it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't like the hips business, you know, when you eat too much, but you know.
Don't worry, I can help you there.
No, Maureen, you need a workout routine first.
I know.
You're not allowed.
What if I run to Morvis, get the
Oh God.
Oh my goodness. But I think yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say though that ultimately when you're in business, you need to, and they always say it, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But it's true that if you do not love what you do, don't do it. You have to love it. Like you have to have a deep passion. Like what Maureen was saying, that when the anxiety comes in your work, it's because you love it, right? But sometimes when the stress comes, it's because you don't love it and you shouldn't be there. So you should just let it go. Yeah. So and I think that's part of your mental well-being as well. Don't hold on to things that you know that you just don't like.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. And you know, people start businesses and restart and you know, rebrand and do this all the time. So that's not a problem. But staying in something that you don't like, you're just literally torturing yourself.
You're spot on. You're spot on with that. You know, at the end of the day, it's why are you doing it? If it's just for money, then it's always going to feel like it's painful or a struggle or stressful because you're focusing on a problem rather than focusing on a solution. Yeah. So I was looking at some stats. I'm not going to pull out all the numbers, but the thing about businesses is that this is one of the most stressful areas. And they say that entrepreneurs, the small businesses, people working by themselves, they have the highest level of stress in terms of because they are afraid of failing. Because of like what you mentioned straight away, Edge, in terms of the finances, not getting the money coming in, they're more likely to go to eating cake. No, to go to... But, you know, the indulgences, alcohol, food, and all of those different things, you know. So it is actually just being mindful that in our business and, you know, taking on this challenge of being a business person, it is very stressful and you need to be mindful. You need to be aware.
Yeah. Nice. So guys, we're going to wrap up soon, but we'd love to hear from you, the audience, and let us know your challenges, experiences and things like that. Like we said, you know, we're here to support you, we're here to support each other, whether through techie, whether you need your numbers crunched, whether you need some cake, some jewelry, new pair of earrings, just to, you know, brighten up your life. But really, you know, just look after yourselves. It is a big challenge. You know, some of us are going to make it, some of us are not. You know, let's accept that. And it is what it is. But we want to make it. We want to survive. And you know, we don't want to have a heart attack at a ridiculous age and those kind of things. And you know, be stressed out. Yeah, life is for living. And you know, there's a lot that has happened in the past couple of months that, you know, should get people thinking about how to have, you know, look after themselves and what they need to do to move forward. So we hope that this session has been useful to you. We're going to put some links in the YouTube video comment box for you to have a look at. And yeah, ladies, any more thoughts before we finish up?
Just stay well, reach out, Don't keep it to yourself.
Mm. I would say you need to check in on yourself. So understand what your triggers are. Understand if you're feeling low, feeling high. It's okay to feel low, but it's understanding what you do to get through that. I think, have you seen us today? We laughed a lot. So don't forget to laugh.
Okay. That's it. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. And we hope to see you again on the next episode of Elevenses.
Thank you, guys.
See you later. Bye.